When the United States Senate floor becomes a place of Elon Musk and Donald Trump propaganda, you know how close we're getting to having a real problem. And in this breaking story, that's exactly what just occurred and what just got said on the Senate floor. I'm going to show you that breaking story in just a few seconds. But if you think for a moment that you're frustrated or confused or wondering why Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, is getting pounded for what they're claiming that they have found in waste, fraud, and abuse, take a look at this real quick, and I'm going to show you what just happened on the Senate floor. You won't believe it, from a U.S. Senator about Elon Musk and Doge. But take a look at this with regards to the truth that's already been exposed about what they've really found.
Elon Musk's Doge cost-cutting effort has published what it calls the wall of receipts. Basically a long list of government contracts and then the savings it's achieved by canceling each of those. When Doge first posted its list, we found problems with all 5 of the 5 largest contracts. The largest savings that Doge claimed to have made on its initial list was an $8 billion savings from a contract cut at the Department of Homeland Security. When we looked at that, we realized the actual number was 8 million, 1/1000th of the claim that they had made. Doge responded by saying, well, it was an error in the federal contracting system, but they should have known better. And the reason they should have known better is that this contract, this supposed $8 billion contract, came from ICE. Its entire budget is $8 billion. Going down the list, the second, third, and fourth largest savings on Doge's original list were all basically the same error. What they did was triple count the same cancellation, all with the U.S. Agency for International Development. And what contracting experts told us was it wouldn't have been right if they just counted it once. That's because this contract had been out there for a long time, a lot of the work had already been done, so much of the money that had been allotted initially had been spent. The fifth largest savings on Doge's initial wall of receipts was $232 million they said they saved by canceling a contract that the Social Security Administration had. When we looked into that, we realized that there was a cut there, but it was only $560,000. So after we and other news outlets wrote about these major errors, the Doge site was updated quietly to remove all of those top 5 claims. But its new version contains other errors. The new largest savings was a $1.9 billion savings. But when we looked into that, we realized the contract they were talking about had actually been canceled last year under President Biden. And when you look a little further down the list, you see that Doge is claiming credit for contracts that expired even before Joe Biden was president. In one case, the Department of Homeland Security is claiming it saved tens of millions of dollars by canceling a contract that actually ended in 2005 when George W. Bush was president.
Yes, and despite that truth, Joni Ernst, U.S. Senator, still did this on the Senate floor and got a consequence for it. Here it is.
Iowa.
Mr. President, since January, Doge has saved $115 billion. That amounts to...
Order.
Please. That amounts to $714 per taxpayer.
Getting slapped in the face by your colleagues in the U.S. Senate is the price you pay for pimping propaganda.
Where's Elon Musk? I'm sure he's a genius and is a very credible person because of the wealth he's accumulated. But that does not put him above the law or the responsibility to come before this committee in this Congress. If he's so great, if these plans and all the fraud and abuse that he's found are so eminent, why isn't he here explaining it? You know why. Because he's out to privatize Social Security. He's been on television the last couple of days talking exactly about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and what he intends to do. Privatize it. The American people, some of them may have been born at night, but not last night.
Doge has said it's trying to make its data accurate and it's asked the public for help in cleaning up its data. But these errors are important because they give us an insight into the way Doge works. Much of what Doge does is secret. It's in all these different agencies making decisions, gathering data, and we can see so little of it. And if they are this wrong about that work that we can see, if they show this much sloppiness, this much misunderstanding of the machinery of government, what does that mean about the work we can't see in all these other agencies with all this other data that's being done in secret?
Again, I've said this several times since the election and since January 20th. I, in my life, am all for disruption. I am all for not saying the emperor has no clothes, but ripping the clothes off the emperor. I'm all for it. I've done it many times in my life over many things. I started and created and founded an award-winning business. I have done these things. However, as the old phrase goes, it's not just what you do, it's how you do it. Same as it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. And the truth of the matter is that both what Trump has instructed Elon and Doge to do could have been effective if you did it a different way. And now what's being said about what they have done simply isn't the truth. But don't worry, with wonderful folks like Mr. Farrenholt, it'll continue to come out. You guys hang in there, live your lives, enjoy them, and stay frosty.